Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Danny, the Wicked Awesome Gardener, and the moment you've been waiting for is here. I have the final results of the Tomato Madness Cherry Tomato Brackets. There was definitely some stiff competition going down here in 3 out of the 4 brackets. One was just the unquestioned winner of its bracket, and the others were a tight contest all the way. I really had no idea until just as we were counting the last few votes which ones were going to take it, because I really thought that one of them had it locked up until the other came roaring back. Which ones are which? Let's find out. So the first matchup was Tropical Sunset versus Black Cherry, and these were pretty evenly matched in the beginning until finally one just pulled away, and that one that will be going in the garden is Black Cherry, which makes me very excited because I really do want to try those this year. I did like Tropical Sunset. I did want to try those, but we'll have to see about next year. This next one, Brad's Atomic Grape versus Tigarella. This was a nail biter, and at first all the votes that I was counting up were for Brad's Atomic Grape, but in the end, by 2 votes, Tigarella squeaks out, which I don't know whether to be happy or sad about, because I really liked the striped look of this Tigarella and I really did want to grow them, but the Brad's Atomic Grape I was very excited about. Now our third matchup is Orange Currant versus Super Snow White. Now with this one, I had a definite preference, and I didn't say anything to you guys, but there was one that I definitely wanted much more than the other, and I really thought that I was going to lose out on it this year. So in the end, very, very tight race. My favorite, my preference out of the 2 squeezed out, and it is Super Snow White. So I'm really, really excited about this. Whoop. It was supposed to be a heart and it looks more like a squash tomato, but that's okay. And then matchup number 4, we have Super Sweet 100 versus Sweeties. I didn't have too much of a preference here until I found out that Sweeties are like Tessa's Landrate's Currant, and they are little spoon tomatoes, teeny tiny ones, and I'm not a huge fan. So I was really excited when the runaway favorite, far and away over Sweeties, was the standard Super Sweet. Whoop. You didn't see that. 100. So in the end, going into the family garden will be Black Cherry, Super Snow White, Tigarella, and Super Sweet 100. We'll do 1 plant of each, and then I will do one more that is my pick, and I don't know quite what that's going to be. Brad's Atomic Grape might be it, but I think there was something else in that list of cherry tomatoes that might... Something that I think I was disappointed got beat out that I would like to throw in there. So we'll see. I will say that I was really excited about the Super Snow White and the Tigarella. The Tropical Sunset versus the Black Cherry, I couldn't decide. But Black Cherry winning out in the end is pretty great. Now something I'm really excited for, now that we've got the winners and the cherry tomatoes have been decided, we're going to go ahead and look at the sauce tomatoes and start voting. So here we are with the sauce tomatoes. Now, I made a miscalculation in my seed haul video that actually hasn't premiered yet. You guys haven't seen it. It will be coming out on Tuesday, whereas today is Sunday. And I thought I had 16 varieties for sauce tomatoes, but I don't. I only have 12. So we're going to have to do what we did with the cherry tomato round, and that is to institute a wild card in round 2. So we'll take our 6 winners. I'll take the 2 losers that got the most votes, match them up in a wild card. That will give us our final 8 to get to our final 4. And that's a great thing for me because I'm looking at these and trying to match them up in brackets because, you know, sometimes you can be like, oh, I really, really want X tomato, but I could do without Y tomato. Let's match those up. And, you know, if one of them falls off, I won't feel as bummed out. But with these, I really can't pick. Some of them I've grown before and I love them, and then some of them are new, and either for the size, the shape, the color, just the look or the taste, I can't pick. So that's why I need you guys. This is why I need you guys to vote. So without any further ado, let's get to our brackets. So matchup number 1, we have San Marzano versus Sheboygan. San Marzano is a kind of small paste tomato. It is the classic Italian paste tomato. It's got a really great flavor. Then we have Sheboygan, which I got from M.I. Gardner. It's a Lithuanian variety, and it's got a decent size, some nice acidity, and so it's really good in sauce or fresh. So both of these, really cool tomatoes. I don't know which I'm going to pick. Next up, we have Fetterly tomato versus the Japanese black trifle. Fetterly is an American heirloom from, I think, West Virginia, if I'm looking at this. It can grow up to 7 inches long in like a big kind of like banana-shaped tomato, which is pretty cool. So it's really good for sauce. It makes a really good base. The Japanese black trifle is a large, like pear-shaped tomato with a funky color. It's really good for canning, and it maintains this type of color through the canning process, which I think is really cool. It doesn't seem to be very big. It's like a 3 to 5 ounce tomato. So, you know, we'll have to see, but it's a really prolific producer. So that's something that I would like to see in my garden at some point. If not this year, then next year. Next, we have Amish Paste, which I grew last year. These were really great. They make good ketchup, good tomato sauce. So I'm really excited for that. It's a kind of thick-walled Roma type versus a polka, which is a really great tomato sauce, sauce tomato. So it's very disease resistant. These are both heavy producers. So I don't know. I can't choose. So vote. Amish Paste versus a polka. Next up, we have the go-to Roma. This is the VF variety, so this is very disease resistant, versus pink oxheart, which is a big, fleshy, heart-shaped tomato that is very prolific and makes some really great tomato paste. So either of these are great. I did grow Roma last year and the year before. These are on the smaller side, but I used them last year to make some really delicious, like quick, like 30-minute tomato sauce to go with my dinners. So this is really great. This one is the one I'd really love to experience. Either one of these, vote, because I can't pick. Jersey Devil is another sausage shaped tomato, and they're about 6 inches long. I grew these last year. They were great. They did make some very great sauce for me, but they are going up against the Constelluto Genovese tomato. And this is a kind of ribbed, flat, like standard Italian fluted tomato, and they have delicious flavor. So both of these are really good. Again, this is one I can't choose. The paste tomatoes, I cannot choose. So either of these is going to be great. I will say the Constelluto Genovese were very pretty in my garden last year, but these Jersey Devils also produced so well. So again, another tough pick. And last but certainly not least, 2 new to me varieties. We have Mushroom Basket, which is kind of like the Constelluto Genovese in that they have that fluted appearance and they're kind of on the flat side. This is a very prolific, high producer, really great for sauces, but it's up against Hungarian Heart, which is another heart-shaped, like ox heart tomato, and these are sometimes over a pound. They are very fleshy, very meaty, big tomatoes, and so they produce very well from what I have heard. So either of these I think is going to be great. So lots of tomatoes, lots of choices. All right, so once again, here are your brackets. We have San Marzano versus Sheboygan, Fetterly versus Japanese black trifle. Amish Paste versus a polka. Roma versus pink oxheart. Jersey Devil versus Constelluto Genovese. And Mushroom Basket versus Hungarian Heart. Tough choices. Tough choices all around here, and I can't decide a single one of these brackets. I'm looking at them and I can't choose between them. It's like choosing between your babies. No. Anyway, so I can't pick. I need you guys to vote. So down in the comments box, put your votes. I'm going to have the matchups in a pinned comment for you to reference, so you don't have to worry about trying to go back and pause the video and pause it to go back and pause. It's going to be all there in a pinned comment right at the top, so you guys can take a look at that, make your votes. Voting closes on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have the next video up on Sunday with your second round, and I can't wait to get through those and finish, because then we get into the slicing tomatoes, and when I tell you the colors and varieties and sizes of the slicing tomatoes, I can say with confidence that I have at least 3 rounds of 16 to get through for those tomatoes, so that's going to be pretty tough. I may have to do some selective cutting from that list before we get going, because otherwise, when am I going to get these tomatoes started? I may have to have 2 rounds going at a time during the week just to get through all of the slicing tomatoes, so that I'm not planting them like super into April, because that's just going to be not enough time to get them up and growing and have them outside in mid-May. So we're going to have to figure out what to do with that. I did start the brackets a little bit later than I planned. I should have started them at the very end of January, but we didn't get started till mid-February because just things going on. But very excited. Go ahead, put your votes down there in the comments box. I'm really excited, and next Sunday I'll be back with the winners and our next round. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video when we're growing more wicked awesome food from yard to table. Bye-bye.